had 15 books on my winter TBR and I ended up reading 6 and DNFing 2. So let's do a rapid fire review of all of the ones that I finished. First book is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is the first book of the Funk of the Air trilogy. I actually really enjoyed this book and I was pleasantly surprised by it. This was a 4-star read for me, and I also gave the series as a whole 4 stars, and I read all of the books back to back during a 24-hour readathon, which was really fun. Next, I read Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wong. This is probably going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I loved my read of this book, and honestly I gave it 6 stars because it was that good. It is an amazing fantasy standalone. If you're looking for one, highly recommend. Next, I read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick, and I actually also gave this book 5 stars. This is like a gothic atmospheric fantasy duology with very heavy romance subplot, which I personally really enjoyed. I also read Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Myrer, the second book after The Assistant to the Villain. I was really disappointed. I gave it 3 stars. I really don't think the series needs to be a trilogy. I think it could have been a duology at most. Next, I read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and honestly I enjoyed this book quite a bit. I think it's one of the ones from Taylor Jenkins Reid that I actually do like and recommend. I still think Carrie Soto is Back is my favorite one by her, but this was very entertaining and full of drama. Lastly, I finished Beartown by Frederick Backman. I love this book. Please check trigger warnings if you do want to read it, because it does handle very serious and very sad subject matter. However, I do think it is written beautifully and I loved my time reading this book. As for my DNFs, the first one is Love and Other Words, which I know is such a popular romance, but unfortunately it just didn't work for me. I wasn't in a romance mood when I was reading it, but also I learned that I am not a fan of second chance romance. And my last DNF was Old Man's War by John Scalzi. I really wanted to love this book and I loved the first half of it so much, but I just felt like this book kind of lost its plot halfway through and I wasn't really interested anymore, and also it got a little too gore and violent for me and I just didn't feel like it is the book for me.